I'm here at Guildwood Park. They say this is what Toronto used to look like. And then when they knocked it all down, a couple bought all these ruins, and I guess they say they moved them all here, but I don't know. I've never been here, so I wonder what all this stuff actually is. That looks like it's all burnt. Half-buried building. Why'd they need this hill here? I wonder what that is. If you know about Roger Spur and Mud Fossil University, Rosa and Spencer Clark moved all this stuff here. I doubt it. That's what Toronto used to look like, huh? They did all this with chisels. Horse and buggy back in the day for no reason. This is just what Toronto used to look like. Nothing to see here. All that stuff is made out of marble or something that would have all glowed with the etheric energy, the cathexis, when the energy was all turned on. Built 1899. Is that 1899? They did all this for no reason back then. Registry of Deeds and Land Titles, 1915, Albert Street, Toronto. Boys' bathroom, I guess. That's where Kenny and Spenny filmed their episode. Where Kenny's got the Phantom of the Opera mask. They would do these things for a reason. That would have been water fountains. Same exact carvings. Oh, it's just another one of these guys. This is just what Toronto used to look like. No big deal. Agriculture and intelligence enterprise. Some double trees, clear double trees. They're on an angle, so they'll be pointing. Oh, there's double trees. 1, 2, so it's likely a lot of underground, but those are markers for something. These look really old. Smooth. I don't know the materials, I guess marble or something. But those are technology. Those would serve a purpose. I didn't know this place was so big, actually. I thought this was going to be a 5-minute video. That's a gear. Look at that. What is that? I think every rock is in front of a building for a reason. I think if these rocks, if every stone, like Roger Spur says, if every stone is a giant, is biology from an old mythological creature, then why imagine that when rich people put a stone in front of their house as a decoration, or when a building or a complex, when landscapers are deciding what rocks to use, there is a chance that some of them, in some of the places, that looks like dragon reptile scales, just like a lot of the pointy Victorian buildings downtown. Me and Guy Anderson were talking about that. The stones, it could be like they could know that this is a piece of this particular giant or a piece of this particular giant. One stone could be a heart, one stone could be a lung. Every stone they used back then, they could have known exactly what it was. Roger Spur could look at all these and say, that's this, that's that. This looks really pink. That one's split right exactly in half. Roger Spur talks about that, actually. All the rocks around, like, this looks all engraved. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of engraving. See this right here? Roger Spur would say that this is just grinded up. So all these black pieces, all the little black dots, those are veins, chopped up veins. And all the white is, what does he call it? Ponderosa tendon, aponeurosis tendons. These are all just like, there's a reason that these rocks are here. Nobody comes and looks at these except me. That's fine. Look at that. Look at all these rocks. Just extra rocks. I would love to take a piece, but I don't think I could walk out of here with one of these guys. But these are here for a reason. Look at how sharp that is. So I think about the rocks. People were talking about Central Park. And there's a fence all around Central Park. I forget how many stones is in it. A lot. Pretty cool old bell. 1873. Victoria Park School. Like these stones, that could be a heart, that could be a lung, I don't know, but if you watch enough Mud Fossil University, you start seeing it, and then you realize that they chose these stones for a reason. They could be keep spirits away, they could be a giant, if you say you're a giant and all of this is pieces of giants and you come up here, it's like having a hanged dead person to say, if you come around this neighborhood, we'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, these old stones. Oh, these old ruins. They guess they just dumped them all out here. But then that got me thinking about Queen's Park. And every time I drive past Queen's Park, I see the stones of the fence. See, those represent energy. That's a spiral. That could be a portal. That could be a lot of different things. Every time I drive past Queen's Park, I notice there's the pineal gland. I'll come back around to it. Every time I drive past Queen's Park, I notice the bricks, the stones that the fence is made out of. And they're really interesting. I went up and looked at them the other day. I actually took one. Don't tell anybody. And they're interesting. They're super, super heavy. They're cut perfectly square. I don't know who did it. I don't know how long ago it was, but to me, I don't know. It was pretty interesting. If you're ever there, take a look at the fence and think about, anything you know about Queen's Park. Every stone out here, I bet, has a story. I mean, not Queen's Park. Think about what you know about Central Park, I mean. And Queen's Park, but they understood a lot more about the world than we pretend that they did. So to give you some context, we're right on the water here, Scarborough Bluffs. Across the water is New York, Buffalo, Niagara Falls. Can't see much. A lot of forest fires actually on the up north right now, so pretty smoky in Toronto these days, but yeah, we're right on the edge of a big cliff. That might be it. I wonder why they have this here. Mobius curve. Resident Guild sculptor. These would have been cool. You can see. Oh my god. The air is so bad. It looks like the top of all the churches. Those are for energy. Those are, what are they called? Resonators? Resistors? Something like that. Not sure what that is. Swan sculpture. Could be new. I was waiting for these guys to finish, because I want to see this one with all the different colored statues. I wish I knew more about the materials to build all this stuff, but clearly they used different materials for different reasons. Built 1903, it says. That reminds me of the INRI on Jesus' statue. But I would think the yellow parts, I'm not sure, but This looks a lot like why would they have carved a stab 1832? This looks a lot like what's back there. Looks a lot like Prince's Gates and everything at the C&E. But those, Bank of Nova Scotia, 39 King Street, 1903. Why would the bank need this? Why did the bank need demons? Orange demons. And then there's some red in there. I don't know why. I wish I did. It's all part of the mystery, but the fact that I don't is kind of the point. The fact that you don't is kind of the point. There's some stuff missing from there. There's a little ledge right there for something to have been standing on that's not standing on it anymore. These are all over the city. You don't usually get to see them up close. Oh, didn't that say a different bank on the front of it? More of those same curly whirly spirals everywhere. See, I think that these symbols, let me know if you can come up with a better theory, but I think this symbol was on this building because this was the energy that was put towards agriculture, and that's why it has those cornucopias on it. And I think that they could use the water and the living water, the energy, to use it to grow crops. And then there's other ones that have water on them. I think you could use, if you knew the magic words, you could use that structure to get a whole bunch of water all of a sudden. It was like a dam, like a magic word to control a dam, or a magic word kind of like that cornucopia that I just showed. I think that building could have been the building just like Star Trek, where they can just have that machine and it would just spit out whatever food they want. I think that's what that machine would do. I think that's what the carvings on a lot of the buildings are. They obviously tell, I think, what that building was used for. They'll be situated at certain places. You'll always see beside what's the nursery called? I can't think of the name of it. The popular greenhouses. Royal Conservatory of Music. Sir Ernest Macmillan. Music Hall. Shout out Smooth. Anyway, you'll always see them right beside the big church-looking structures. So we've pretty much determined that those churches were power plants, but it wasn't just power to turn on the lights and turn on iPads and stuff. You got to think a lot deeper than that. It was a different type of energy that humans could control, just like Luke with the Force. All that stuff is real. I wonder what's up with that, with this tree. I mean, did they move this burnt tree here? And why? Why is this tree so important? Yo, it's stone. Yo. I don't know much about this, but yo. This is half tree, half stone. I'm taking some of this. I'm gonna take some of that. What? That's a half tree, half stone. This tree was turned into stone. That's crazy.